welcome to Mercy High School's first ever virtual graduation ceremony as we honor our graduates of the class of 2020. I am sure it goes without saying that this group of 100 young women are incredibly talented and destined for success, regardless of where their lives and their passions take them. We are so excited to celebrate them today. We truly appreciate that you are joining us here to honor these extraordinary young women for their high school accomplishments. Every senior has worked exceptionally hard over the last 4 years to learn, to grow, and to meet the high expectations of a Mercy graduate. As we begin our ceremony today, I want to take the time to acknowledge that this is a very special day for our graduates, and one that requires our full attention so we can properly honor our graduates. We ask that you share in the sacredness of today's milestone by refraining from texting or answering calls during the ceremony. Thank you for helping to make this day extra special for our graduates who are so deserving of a wonderful ceremony. Now, it is my honor to begin our commencement ceremony of Mercy High School's graduating class of 2020. At this time, I would like to welcome our beloved Coach RG.
Thank you, Ms. CB. I'm Claire Wheatman-Grout, and I serve as the Assistant Head of School for Student Life. It is my honor to introduce to you our Board of Director members present this afternoon. Penny Stack Alexander, Class of 78, Board Chair. Kelly Benz. Annie Bianchini, Class of 90, Treasurer. Sister Pauline Bergello. Jean Berube Colora. Patricia Flanagan, Class of 65. Maureen Grazioli. Una Kinsella, Class of 83. Brandy M.M. Navarro, Class of 98. Joe Neswick. Sister Joan Marie O'Donnell. Caroline M. Romeo. Patrick Ruff. Michelle O'Connor Tyler, Class of 68, Secretary. And now I introduce you Miss Lauren Conklin, the Assistant Head of School for Academics.
Thank you, Coach RG. Today we'll welcome our Salutatorian and Valedictorian for the class of 2020. These are the two seniors with the highest grade point averages over 7 semesters at Mercy. Now, please join me in welcoming our Salutatorian for the class of 2020, Caitlin Brooks.
Good afternoon, fellow classmates, board of directors, faculty, staff, family, and friends. Today is a significant milestone in our lives that we've been looking forward to since we first stepped on Mercy's campus freshman year. High school has been known to be the best 4 years of our lives, and I can say that my experience has taught me more about myself and the world, and for that I am grateful. As for my classmates and I feel we could all agree that the bond our class holds is stronger than any class I've ever known. We have all grown together, learned together, laughed together, and struggled together. We have made friendships that are meant to last. I remember the first day of freshman year, moving through the classes we would be taking. I was scared because I knew no one in any of the classes, and it felt weird transitioning from a tiny Catholic middle school to a high school filled with new people and experiences. I remember meeting my advisory for the first time and thinking how I would be with them for the next 4 years. I know we were all nervous when we first met our locker buddies and the students who sat next to us, and who knows, maybe the girl who sat in front of you in your first class is now your best friend. The class of 2020 has formed some of the greatest friendships with one another, from hoarding together and screaming at the top of our lungs at rallies, supporting our friends playing games against the other classes, to winning the most spirited class award junior year. We have always been there for one another. Our spirits are high, our positivity radiates, our smiles glow, and our bond never breaks. We won most spirited class junior year rather than the usual senior class because we are so close and live our high school careers out knowing that we have people to lean on, people to trust, people to enjoy our experiences with. As for the classes we have taken, we have become so close to our teachers. I would like to take a trip down memory lane that captures some of the many moments that put a smile on our faces. Senio always knew how to make us laugh and go on tangents of some of her stories, which were always entertaining. Mr. D would give us stickers for trying, even if we were wrong, which I had a lot of experience with. Mr. Offield either had us super excited or super terrified for the scenes that he reenacted from stories, or when he yelled good morning at the beginning of class. Dr. Bradley put smiles on our faces when she sang the "I'm So Excited" song while dancing on the table during chemistry. In physics with Miss Lambden, she had us swing a bowling ball in front of our face, which actually took me a few tries to do. In AP Environmental Science, we created eco columns. When some of us hung up pictures of random celebrities in the back of Mr. Wooten's classroom on the wall of presidential candidates, we couldn't stay serious during class until he finally noticed. Miss Connolly always had to deal with our complaints, but we always sent her the best selfies when we arrived at our service sites. Miss Baranio brought her kids into class sometimes, and our attention completely left the room. Every teacher in this school has made an impact on who we all are today, and it only seems right to say thank you to all of you for the impact you have made on our lives. Outside of the classroom, we were involved in so many activities, from sports and service to plays and clubs. I hope we always cherish these special moments, not only with our classmates, but with our Mercy sisters from other classes too. These are the memories that will forever make our Mercy experience unique and treasured. I will forever be grateful for the unforgettable memories I made with my fellow dance and cheer team members. Our class has been through a lot, both amazing and difficult things. As I have heard from many people, we were the class born into a time of tragedy and heartbreak, around when 9/11 occurred. And now we are living through a global pandemic. Yet we still managed to be unstoppable, unbreakable, and undefinable through it all. We are one of the strongest classes that has come to be. We were stripped of our final moments of senior year, yet here we are gathered today, stronger than we have ever been. We experienced everything together. We have each other's backs and never failed to be there for one another during this time. Some tried to define us as the class of chaos, but I believe we are the class of strength because we never give up. Since freshman year, we have grown to be the incredible, fearless woman we are today, and I couldn't be more proud of the class of 2020. As former First Lady Michelle Obama once said, "Don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious, and hope can take on a life of its own. So remember, we are capable of so much more than we think, and there's a big, exciting world waiting for us." Thank you.
Suscipe is a Latin word for receive and a prayer of self-giving. Catherine Macaulay, an Irish nun who founded the Sisters of Mercy in 1831, is credited with her own Suscipe prayer. Catherine's prayer expresses her absolute surrender to the loving mercy of God. Zoe Grissom will read Catherine's Suscipe for us today.
Catherine Macaulay's Suscipe. My God, I am yours for time and eternity. Teach me to cast myself entirely into the arms of your loving providence, with the most lively, unlimited confidence in your compassionate, tender pity. Grant me, O most merciful Redeemer, that whatever you ordain or permit may be acceptable to me. Take from my heart all painful anxiety. Suffer nothing to sadden me but sin, nothing to delight me but the hope of coming to the possession of you, my God and my all, in your everlasting kingdom. Amen.
Thank you for your prayer, Zoe. Next, we've invited Mika Seckel to share the gospel reading, which is chosen in particular for graduation.
This afternoon's reading comes from the Gospel of Matthew. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. The Gospel of the Lord.
The class of 2020 has been honored with a number of awards. We would like to recognize the members of our honor societies now. These are the members of the California Scholarship Federation. These are the members of the National Honor Society. These are the members of the National Art Honor Society. These are the members of the ASL National Honor Society. These are the members of the National Computer Science Honor Society. These are the members of the Dance Honor Society. These are the members of the English Honor Society. These are the members of the French Honor Society. These are the members of the History Honor Society. These are the members of the Math National Honor Society. These are the members of the Science National Honor Society. These are the members of the Spanish Honor Society. These are the members of the Thespian Honor Society. These are the members of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Class of 2020, members of the Honor Societies, we are proud to recognize you. Next, we are pleased to present the Mercy High School Awards of highest distinction.
The first award is the Sister Mary Gabriel Award for Excellence in Sportsmanship. This award honors the senior who exemplifies outstanding sportsmanship by her faithfulness to the team spirit and her undaunted loyalty to her team members at all times. This year, the award goes to Ryan Galea.
I'm honored to announce the recipient of the Mother Baptist Russell Service Award. This award honors the senior who shows consistent commitment in serving those in need. She carries on the spirit of Mother Baptist Russell, who was our first Sister of Mercy in California, and whose response to people in need was practical and immediate. We are so proud to announce that this year's recipient of the Mother Baptist Russell Service Award is Gabby Martinez.
Next, we have the Sister Amy Bailey Leadership Award. This next award honors the senior whose actions and example encourage and inspire her fellow students to strive to achieve those goals that promote the growth and well-being of the entire Mercy community. This year's award goes to Zoe Hammer.
The next award is the Board of Directors Award for Academic Excellence. This award honors a senior who is distinguished in scholarship by maintaining the highest grade point average over 4 years in a college preparatory program. This year, the award goes to Jessica Charte.
And finally, the Mercy High School Head of School Award for General Excellence. This is the highest award that our school offers, and it is conferred upon a graduating senior who exemplifies the spirit of mercy in all she does by putting the welfare of others above her own interests. She is chosen for her generous service, for her commitment to the gospel values, and for her general achievements in curricular and extracurricular aspects of school life. This year, we are so proud to announce that the Mercy High School Head of School Award for General Excellence goes to Sophia Pastiga.
Congratulations, ladies, on these significant honors. I'm pleased to present to you the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Jessica Charte.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to my fellow graduates of the class of 2020, and to all of the wonderful friends and family of mine and theirs who are celebrating with us today. I want to thank Head of School Mrs. Sirigliano Brosnan and the exceptional faculty, staff, and board of directors of Mercy High School for making this celebration possible. 3 years ago, when we were just freshmen, sitting in the pews of the chapel for the first time, having graduated, in a sense, from our old spot behind the altar, we watched the class of 2017 march down the aisle in their gowns at the closing liturgy. Some were crying, others were straight-faced, and a few held back nervous giggles. Then came the procession up the path from Russell, the innumerable hugs and photographs, and finally, the emotional farewells. Seeing that class leave the Mercy campus, I couldn't help but envision our graduation. Back then, I did not expect that I would be our class's valedictorian, much less that I would be delivering the speech from my dining room table. But here we all are, and even though we don't get to continue many of Mercy's graduation traditions in person this year, I'm so grateful that we have the technology to celebrate this momentous day together. I must admit, I am so tired of hearing about these times, these uncertain, challenging, unprecedented times. It's become a sort of joke among my family members to use those sort of phrases in conversation with me because they know how much I hate it. And that might just be because I've heard them so many times on TV, on the radio, in commercials, and online lately, but I think there's more to it than that. Around New Year's, most of us were enthusiastic about the prospect of a new decade. There were so many roaring 20s jokes flying around, so many positive predictions of what the future might hold. But nowadays, it seems that all of that excitement has been replaced with dread. And I'm not convinced that that's the mindset our generation needs if we're going to address our global challenges constructively. Because for better or worse, the responsibility is going to fall to us. I do find it important to recognize that the current era is remarkable, but it is so for a variety of reasons beyond the scope of the pandemic. First of all, this graduating class has more opportunities ahead of it than possibly any other group of women in history. For how many of our grandmothers and great-grandmothers was attending college or pursuing a career after high school out of the question? How many of them were expected to step aside and allow their male counterparts to take the lead? How many did not get to graduate from high school at all? The honor of graduating today speaks to our strength, not only as individuals, but as a community of empowered young women. The fact that all 100 of us have accomplished this feat proves that no obstacle to justice is ever permanent, as long as there are people willing to band together and knock it down. Many of us have faced at least one massive obstacle on our path through high school, be it the death of a loved one, a bad breakup, or a struggle with physical or mental health. But at the end of the day, we have always had a touchstone, that unspoken bond, that sisterhood, which exists between all Mercy girls, past and present. I've seen it every day since the first day of freshman year. I've heard it in every single one of Miss Simonetti's morning prayers, and I've felt it through my computer screen during every Zoom session of the past 2 months. I would say that this is what I will miss most about Mercy next year, but I know for certain that the sisterhood does not end with graduation. It is tradition for the valedictorian to center her speech around the future, a speculative topic as of late. But despite all the uncertainty that COVID-19 has brought to us, I have the utmost confidence in every single one of my fellow graduates. I am confident that you have matured into the resourceful, thoughtful, and equitable young women that your families wanted you to become. I am confident that you will stand for your own definitions of justice whenever necessary. And lastly, I am confident that you will serve as role models for countless women and girls throughout your lives. My final advice to you comes from the Gospel according to John. Jesus knew that the hour had come for him to leave this world and go to the Father. So he said to his disciples, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another." The love of Mercy does not exist in a vacuum. Instead, it travels alongside every Mercy graduate who chooses to share it with the world. Whatever lies ahead, whatever decisions you make in order to live your ideal life, I urge you to choose love as well. Because our student body officers, Zoe, Sophia, Carla, Gabby, Izzy, and Joey, were not kidding when they said, The future begins with you. Thank you to my fellow graduates for being my sisters these past 4 years and forever after. I wish you all the best and more.
To the class of 2020, a group of young women who I have only known for a year, but who I have come to respect so very deeply. The reality is that this day means more than any other graduation day that has come before it. Your accomplishments mean more. Your being here with us in this non-traditional setting in your caps and gowns means more. And it means more because it is not just a graduation. It is a symbol of hope and resilience when the world needs it most. I hope that you feel great pride on this day for your many accomplishments over the last 4 years. And I hope you also feel tremendous pride for the courage you have shown in the face of enduring obstacles. Today, you have re-owned the meaning of graduation. It is a truly special day that celebrates all you have accomplished and all you have become as young women. It serves as a reminder that your adult lives and your independence are beginning. And what a time to be entering the world as an adult. I wish I could say the world is a better place than when I graduated in 2002, but the reality is our world still faces so many injustices at an alarming rate. Inequality continues to exist, and sadly, it continues to grow because people turn a blind eye to intolerance, bias, and inequity. We live in a world that is changing before our very eyes, yet it is stagnant at the same time. All you have to do is turn on the news to see this dichotomy. We see a new way of life that has come as a result of our need to distance ourselves to protect those we love. We see the face of education transforming to meet the challenges that COVID-19 has brought. We see new exploration into space that could change the future in ways we can only imagine. Of course, the world is changing, but we cannot ignore the fact that so much still has not changed. We see a worldwide pandemic that is greatly affecting international affairs and economics, a pandemic that mirrors the same panic and uncertainty the world went through when plagued by polio and the measles decades ago. We are seeing protests throughout our country in response to racial injustice that has been around as long as our country has existed. We see people fighting the same fight civil rights leaders fought so many decades ago. Things are broken, and we need to make the world a better place, which is why what you do next matters. Your education matters, and what you choose to do with your education matters. You have been gifted with a high school education that is deeply rooted in the mission of mercy and in our Catholic faith. You did not just learn how to balance chemical equations and how to write a solid essay. You dove into the ethical issues within the science field, and you connected your English papers to the critical concerns of the Sisters of Mercy. You have been privileged with an education built firmly on honoring the dignity of every individual, and now it is up to you to decide what you will do with that. You will forever be a mercy girl, but today you become a woman of mercy. With that comes great responsibility to always carry mercy in your heart, to act with kindness, and to preserve justice. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Things don't change on their own. Things don't change by waiting for them to change. They change through actions of good people." You are the good people that he was referring to. You have the education and the knowledge to make change. All you need now is the courage to do so. As Sister Janet Reffing said, if we are to be mercy, we need to cultivate this habit of heart and the way we choose to live in the mercy of God. Showing kindness, standing for equity while standing against injustice can't be a one-time act that we pat ourselves on the back for. It must be deeply ingrained in your daily life, in the conscious decisions you make, the meaningful conversations you choose to engage in the friendships you choose to maintain, and the people you surround yourselves with. Having empathy, showing mercy must be a daily habit of the heart, a daily habit that guides you through all your difficult moments, a daily habit that serves as your inner voice when you know something isn't right and you need a gentle push of courage to act on it. An inner city minister in Baltimore said that mercy is justice in tears. It is empathy felt deeply, and that empathy is then put into action. We cannot be afraid to feel the injustices, and we also cannot stop there. Feeling is not enough. We must act on our feelings. We must stand with our neighbors of different races, religions, and creeds to fight for justice so our world can truly love everyone equally and provide all citizens with equal opportunity. As Catherine McCauley said, this is the spirit of the order, indeed the true spirit of mercy flowing in us. You are ready to take this spirit of mercy and to show it unapologetically to the world. And if you do that, the world will truly be a better place. In the musical Hamilton, the closing song explores the impact we can have on the world through the question of who tells your story. I like to think of it as a question of what. What tells your story? I hope that when people tell the story of your lives, that they tell stories of what you did and how you made them feel respected and valued. That they tell stories of how you honor the dignity of every individual you came into contact with. I hope they tell stories of how you showed mercy and shared empathy in people's darkest moments, and how you were not afraid to stand for the right thing, even when it was the most difficult thing to do. I hope you live your life in a way that at the end of it, there are stories upon stories that speak to the beauty of your soul and the depth of your character. Before we send you off to celebrate with your families, I feel I need to acknowledge the fact that there is no fighting the fact that your worlds turned upside down and that your high school experience was different. And I need to say that however you are feeling about that is okay. But your experience is not a tragic one. Your experience was just different. And to be honest, it was different in such a beautiful way. It was a beautiful experience because your senior year was deeply personal. Each event we have had, you have been in your home with your loved ones surrounding you. While you might not have been able to see it since you were next to them, I want to share what I saw this past month, and that is that your experience has been rooted in unconditional love. I watched as you wiped away tears sharing personal and meaningful letters with your moms. I watched as you smiled sheepishly at your parents when your name was called for an award. I watched your families beam with pride at every senior event that we have had. I have watched you hug those you love, and I have watched those that love you pull you in for a hug. I have seen you giggle with your siblings during events, and I have seen you wipe away precious tears when you have felt so deeply during prayer services. I have seen beauty in unconditional love, and I need us to stop real quick so you can see what I have seen. Wherever you are, please stand up right now. I need you to stand tall. I need you to take a deep breath and sigh away all the frustrations and the what should have beens and what could have beens. And I need you to breathe in the what ares and what will always be. I need you to turn and face the people who are in the room with you. Look into their eyes and see the love they have for you. See the pride they have for you. Now, let yourself not just see it, but feel it. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and know how deeply loved you are, and that no matter what life brings, that these people will forever be your people, and they will be here for you through it all. No matter what life brings you, you will be okay because you have each other. And in this moment, I hope you do not forget to feel the warmth that your loved ones in heaven are sending to you as they are shining down on you right now. And when you are ready, sit back down and sit a little taller, knowing how deeply loved and respected you are. Like I said, your experience was different, and that is okay. In fact, it is better than okay, because your generation will bring perspective to the world and to future careers and leadership roles. You will have clarity because you lived through something to a different degree than others have. Your experience has a silver lining. Our world will be a significantly better place because you have felt something so many of us can't. You will make sure that the future is better so that others do not have to go through this experience. You will bring grace, maturity, and dignity to what you do, and you will do the very thing that will allow this world to be saved and ensure that we are a better human race. Class of 2020, great adventures lie in your future, and with adventures come challenges and successes. May you be blessed on your journeys, and may you accept love and help along the way. May others know mercy through their interactions with you, and may you never forget that you will forever have a home at Mercy High School. We will always be here for you. Catherine McCauley reminded us that we should be shining lamps, giving light to all around us. Class of 2020, I can't wait to see how you choose to light up the world. I know however you do, we will be better because of it. On behalf of your faculty and staff, thank you for shining your light on us during your time at Mercy. We are so proud of you and wish you nothing but the best. Congratulations, Class of 2020. You have more than earned your right to celebrate your beauty, your passions, and yourselves. You are truly a group of 100 remarkable young women destined for success. Congratulations.
Take a deep breath, ladies. The faculty and staff of Mercy High School Burlingame will now present to you the 86th graduating class, the Class of 2020. Catherine Teresa Adams. Adriana Ajam. Alexa Gabrielle Alms. Michelle Alvidrez Urzua. Francesca Michaela Angelis. Scarlett Arambaru Alvarez. Desiree Jean Astaby, Isabel Guevara Barrera, Cherie Nicole Barroso, Isabel Alejandra Bojorquez Emmons, Grace Kimberly Bolander, Madeline Lucia Bonilla, Caitlin Josette Brooks, Caitlin Nicole Bolentini, Sarah Michelle Bolentini, Caitlin Nicole Kehaulani Kagawan, Bridget Madeline Callahan, Serena Ann Casada, Ella Rose Catalano Dawkins, Jing Chuan Chen, Siobhan Teresa Clordy, Lindsay Marie Day, Lillian Virginia Del Chiaro, Bianca Gabriella Di Ranieri, Sophia Teresa Dillon, Kristen Haifa Dudum, Jessica Megan Nacharte, Kira Michelle Finucane, Emily Ann Frenna, Christina Isabel Fry, Melanie Aninian Gagukis, Ryan Page Galea, Caitlin Claire Garcia, Jenna Renee Garcia, Rose Sophia Geller, Angela Lorene Justo, Sophia Frances Godfrey, Zoe Noel Grissom, Isabella Celestina Gutierrez, Zoe Grace Hammer, Caitlin Grace Harold, Grace Levesque Hart, Malaya Kida Dakamas Hernandez, Josephine Winter Hicks, Ji Chao Huang, Nicolette Amanda Aquino Ick, Emma Claire Jason, Carla Michelle Joaquin Alvarez, Taylor Elizabeth Keith, Mary Kate Kelly, Alexandria Celise Kinney, Haley Rose Klingler, Jacqueline Marie Klingler, Clara Johanna LaGuardia, Madison Simone Landaverde, Jordan Lee Lorette, Mackenzie Jane Lorette, Kaylin Jean Laubacher, Ping Lin, Joey L. Lowe, Gabriela Martinez, Rihanna Medina, Angeline Joyce Lawsman Chavez, Bronwyn Grace Miguel, Renika Ishani Misri, Angelina Lucia Montenegro, Gabriela Martha Montenegro, Nancy Azucena Moran, Nisa Mastershed, Alyssa Asia Mutan, Lizabella Nadelson, Andrea Navarez Pena, Emma Jane O'Driscoll, Gabriella Rose Orlando, Samantha Ray Beltran Pinello, Sophia Iman Panjwani, Rochelle Chili Miranda McConnellani Failer, Jaden Rose Pineda, Kelsey Elizabeth Popa, Sophia Elizabeth Postigo, Kaylee Catherine Richards, Sophia Adrian Rivera, Riley Jacqueline Rodriguez, Alicia Rodriguez Mahano, Rebecca Lynn Roos, Reagan Christine Sammons, Julia Alana Santos, Nika Tea Seckel, Peyton Nicole Snyder, Ariana Isolina Tamburo, Isabella Marie Triunfo, Tanya Vargas Nunez, Tori Elizabeth Way, Callan Sloan Weir, Valerie Kate Rimban Wong, Jiachi Ye, Samantha Lauren Yup, Victoria Marie Zambrano, Maya Isabel Zidane, Draw Chin John.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. It's tradition of Mercy High School that as the girls receive their diploma, that they get a picture with the head of school. So as dorky as this is, girls, I want you to get off your chair and come face the screen and take a picture of me. So come up right now and take a picture to celebrate. We're going to take 10 more seconds. We're so proud of you.
Congratulations, ladies. We cordially invite the graduates of the class of 2020 and any alumni present with you at home today to stand for the singing of the alma mater. Leading the singing today will be our senior class council.
It is a tradition at Mercy High School for the senior class council to lead the class in turning their tassels. At this time, I invite the senior class council to make it official.
We invite our families to applaud for our graduates. Congratulations to the class of 2020. I feel the need to say that no matter how much we try to make things perfect, sometimes life happens. And though we had technical issues, I hope you remember that that's just a reminder that life can get messy and it can be not perfect, but you can never forget the beauty in the moment. And the beauty today is you, our graduates of the class of 2020. You give us a reason to smile. You give us a reason to feel joy. You give us a reason to feel pride. And for that, I know I speak on behalf of our faculty and staff when I say thank you so much for sharing your beauty with us. Congratulations to the class of 2020. You have officially graduated from Mercy High School. For the first time ever, we invite all our graduates to throw their caps in the air and wave congratulations to your fellow graduates. Congratulations, girls. It's tradition that our faculty and staff follow our students out the doors as they begin new journeys in their lives. Now, I welcome our faculty and staff to give this same honor to our class of 2020.
This concludes the Mercy High School Burlingame Class of 2020 graduation ceremony.